Hello, good morning and welcome to the United Stand. This is your Manchester United transfer news daily where we give you all the latest Manchester United transfer news with that real fan opinion twist. And with there's only two. This is the second to last show, the penultimate transfer daily of the January transfer window. But we've got three big developments which we haven't always had over the month. But it's been a fantastic month with Sanchez, I'll keep saying that. But three big developments, three big players we need to talk about, all heavily linked to Manchester United now, which is exciting. Let's start off with Fabinho, the man in the middle. 24 years of age, 6'2". We've been talking about Fabinho to Manchester United for about 2 years now. In fact, I remember the summer, Van Gaal's last summer, we were quite heavily linked to him as a potential right back coming in. Since then, he's played a lot as a centre defensive midfielder at Monaco. Very good player, very good season last year for Monaco. You can see how good he is by how bad Bakayoko is and how Fabinho basically mugs the world off that Bakayoko was a good player at Monaco, because we all thought he was. What we've now realised is that Fabinho was making him a good player. Very close to going to PSG and Man City last summer, but some would say that Manchester United are now leading that race to bring Fabinho to United. United were sniffing around last summer. Di Marzio reported it himself back in May. Never came to fruition and we ended up with Matic. But the big thing about Fabinho is he's tall, 6'2", which helps with Mourinho. He's quick, which is what helps with the fans, because we want to see that tenacity and speed across the ground. He's good at breaking the play up. He's good on the ball. And he has played as a right back before. And we all know Valencia's not Benjamin Button. He's not getting any younger. Fosu Mensah will come back in, but he's slightly inexperienced. So maybe Fabinho sort of comes in, shares the role with Valencia and Fosu Mensah, but can also play in the midfield as well. He would suit United. And Fabinho has openly been saying over the last couple of weeks that he's looking for another challenge. What would I say about Fabinho? I've always been a big fan of his. I said last summer I'd rather we signed him over Matic. And I still stand by that, which shows you how highly I rate Fabinho, because Matic hasn't been bad for us by any means, but I still would have took Fabinho over him. I'd still like Fabinho to come to United, but he was close to going to Man City last year. If you take any notice of betting odds, we're slightly favourites, but City are still evens, and obviously after the Sanchez thing, they'll be out to make statements about us every chance they get now. So maybe he'll go to City, maybe he'll go to United. But like with the Sanchez thing, when I thought he was going to City, what did I say? What a statement that is. It's a big, good signing for City. He ended up coming to United. So wherever Fabinho goes, I think he'll be a good signing. And I think United need to be looking at him. Let's bring it back to Mesut Ozil. Still hasn't signed a contract for Arsenal. That, for me, is very, very important, because Ozil's in for a big payday in the summer. If he doesn't sign a new contract with Arsenal, then he goes for free in the summer, which means a big, big payday, a big signing on fee and big wages, and Arsenal will get nothing. Arsenal, I nearly said Man City, I don't know why. Arsenal, they won't necessarily be nervous over this next couple of days. Could a deal be done in the next 2 days? Will Manchester United do any transfer business in the next 2 days? It's looking unlikely now. It is looking unlikely. It's not impossible, but it's looking unlikely. There's not been a sniff. We saw how long the Sanchez deal took to take place, but then again, that did involve a swap. A deal could be done in 2 days, but Arsenal don't really come across as the club that think they're going to lose Ozil, and United aren't really coming across as a club that's aggressively going after Ozil. Whether that means he's going to come in the summer is another matter. Arsenal will be powerless no matter how relaxed they are, and United won't need to be aggressive because he can just come and join the party at Old Trafford. That is probably the way I'd be leaning towards it now, although Arsenal fans seem very confident that Ozil doesn't want to leave London and will stay in London at Arsenal. They might be right, but what I would say is that I don't see why. I don't see why he wants to stay at Arsenal. They are not going to win the league as long as Arsene Wenger is managing that club. They're not going to win the league as long as most of their squad is full of spineless bottlers. Ozil's a good Premier League player who needs to go to a better club, whether that's Manchester United or a club in Europe. He can do better with the last few years of his contract. I think he's coming up for 29 now. And there's a lot of money involved in it for him. He's ran his contract down. Why run your contract down and then sign a new long-term contract with Arsenal? If he's staying because he likes London, then, well, you might like London in 5 years, pal, when you're retired. Now's the time to go and win something. But maybe the things that I said about Ozil 6 months ago, and some people say about him now, maybe he just doesn't have the fight. Maybe he is a bit of a goes missing in the big games, likes it in London, can turn it on against teams like Huddersfield and get his assist stat padding. I don't know. Keep an eye on it. He's not signed a new contract yet. But Fellaini's not signed a new contract at United yet, and he will do. You don't have to sign the new contract by the end of the transfer window. It's just the last opportunity the club has got to get some money for you, like Arsenal did with Sanchez. So I still think Ozil could come to United, and I would welcome him. I don't think Griezmann's coming anymore, although I thought that was nailed on for a long time. It really doesn't look like that's happening. We still need a creator. It's going to be Dybala, is it? Or are we going to go for somebody that's a little bit more achievable in Ozil? Let's wait and see. Leon Bailey is a player that we've also been linked to for a long time. Playing at Bayer Leverkusen now, was at Genk, 21 years of age. Fantastic winger, really is. Of Jamaican origin, not played for Jamaica at all. Despite he's tearing it up. I think he's got 8 goals in 16 games as a winger. Super fast, really skillful, really tearing it up in the Bundesliga, really opening eyes around Europe now. And he was at Genk, to be fair. He's a bit like Hirving Lozano when he was in Mexico, and we were talking about him. He's doing great things at PSV now, and I think, did we miss the boat on these two lads? Because we were linked to them a good year, maybe even 2 years ago. And all they're doing is fulfilling that potential me and many of you lot spoke about. I mean, Lozano, I've been going on about him for 2 years now. What a player he's turning into at PSV. And again, City are linked to him again. And I just think, Mexican as well. He'd be perfect for Manchester United. I think he supports United as well. What a tricky little player he is. But the same with Bailey, and he's not little. He's 6 foot. Interesting thing about Leon Bailey, I'm calling him Bay because of Eric. Leon Bailey is that he is Jamaican, but he's never played for the Jamaican national team, and there is talk that he might end up playing for England because of his English ancestry. So that might be a little bit more of a push towards England potentially. I don't think United are going to be in for Leon Bailey in conclusion. I see him mentioned on the live comments by you lot a lot, and I think he's a really good player, as I do with Hirving Lozano, but I don't think United are looking at that sort of a player at the moment. I think Mourinho is really setting his stall out for experienced players, and I don't think Leon Bailey fits into that sort of stance at the moment, but we will see. We will see. I think this transfer window has been fantastic for us. Leon Bailey's 21 in August, by the way. Sorry, I thought he was 21 already. So yeah, I'd like him. I would like him, but I think all three of these players that we've mentioned today, I would like at Manchester United. Fabinho and Ozil, if they were 2 signings in the summer, they might not be what I was on about at the start of last week in relation to Milankovic, Savic, and Dybala, but Fabinho and Ozil could be better. They could be better. I mean, Milankovic, Savic, and Dybala are in Serie A. How does Serie A compare to Monaco and what they did in Europe, and Ozil and what he's doing in the Premier League? Certainly wouldn't be disappointed with those two. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Give us your thoughts on those 3 players. Only one more to go until the summer. I love doing I love it. There's not enough to do it every single day of the year, and also it should have its spot between January and then May to August. So last one tomorrow. Make sure you don't miss it. It's got some special things planned, but good show today. I think all 3 of them have got their value and interesting thoughts. Fabinho, I think we're going to have to battle with City for him. Ozil looks like it's battling with Arsenal, and Bailey, I don't think we'll even be in for him, but I do still believe we need a winger. Perisic, I'd still go for Perisic, even though he's 29. Next, Inter aren't doing that well at the moment. I'd still fancy a bit of Perisic. Anyway, get commenting below. Who's the winger we should go for? Speak to you all soon. Back at 8 o'clock tonight.